Thank you for staying with us here on Going Beyond. I'm having a great conversation with the economist, Dr. Oscar Nigil, and there's still so much more to ask of this interesting guest today. Now, Oscar, you're also very much involved with the community and what's going on, and you hold a very important position there. I want to draw you out on that.
We have the All India Anglo Indian Association has a network of 63 branches all over the country. In every nook and cranny of the country, right? So if you go back to West Bengal, you got Asansol, you got Adra, then you got then in Uttar Pradesh, then you got in Madhya Pradesh, then you got, of course, the whole of South India. You got a big concentration of Anglo Indians because you got Karnataka, you got Tamil Nadu, which is one of the strongest, the biggest, and of course Kerala and Andhra Pradesh. So the South comprises a large segment of the Anglo Indian population.
Right, but let me draw you out here and ask you, what is the strength of the community in this country?
Well, that's a little hypothetical, but in my assessment as a researcher, I would put it across as over 1,25,000 to 50,000, because judging by the membership we have in Tamil Nadu and the number of people we have in Tamil Nadu itself constitutes a big number. So if I add on Kerala, Tamil Nadu and West Bengal with the large pockets in Karnataka, it will easily cross. But it's very difficult to pinpoint any figure because the Anglos are not counted in the census, they counted along with the Christians. And I think that's okay because there's no point in just counting one particular, like the Parsi community.
Right.
It's a well-known fact the Parsis and Anglo-Indians are microscopic minorities, and we should leave it at that.
Right. Yeah. So tell me, what does the association actually do? Does it, foster the community, improve conditions for the community? What's the actual role of the association?
Yeah. Before we even go to the economic aspect of it, the first role I would say, and I believe the most important role, is bringing the community as a cohesive group. And I think that is the beginning of everything. Otherwise, the community's existence will be it would have been at peril. Thanks to Frank Anthony, he was I would say, after Sir Henry Gidney founded the Anglo Indian Association, after that Frank Anthony was the one who gave it the strength. And he was able to fight for reservations in Parliament, for reservations in the state assemblies, which was a great thing because there were a lot could be done, could be addressed through this. Of course, again, it depends on the individual.
Yes,
not every individual is going to do it. There are people, again, who have the post and don't perform. There are those who...
We've seen that.
Yeah. So it's very clear. And that's a very sad thing when people don't perform. So but they're not accountable. But Anthony had this in mind. He was a very strong man. He himself was very accountable because he rubbed shoulders with Indira Gandhi, with Nehru, with Rajiv Gandhi, and he knew what he was talking about. And he had a vision. So that's going back to your question.
Yes.
The cohesiveness is the first thing. That is bringing together people on a common platform. For this, he established branches all over the country. So every year the branches have activities. For example, in Chennai, in Tamil Nadu, we have 16 branches.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. And in Chennai, you have 6 branches. So wherever there are Anglo Indian pockets, for example, if it's Perambur, if it is Ainavaram, if it is Vepri, in St. Thomas Mount, Palavaram and Georgetown, there are 6 branches. So all these people get together and they have various programs to bring the community together. You have elders program, then you have your Christmas programs, then you have other things. I'll come to scholarships later. And then, of course, more importantly, Anthony started this concept of having an annual general meeting, which people learnt about how actually a meeting is conducted, and they get together every year and they elect their office bearers, they have a president, their vice presidents and the committee members, and I believe that is a great thing which has kept the community strong. And of course the other thing is scholarships. Frank Anthony evolved this scheme of Frank Anthony scholarships, which he got it funded through the Frank Anthony schools, which he established, and he started what's called the All India Anglo Indian Education Institution. So that's one body, and then you had the All India Anglo Indian Association. So Anthony used, and of course he used this institution to fund the association through scholarships. And that has been a great, not only scholarships, he also started the Frank Anthony Awards, which are big amounts for people who are actually who are doing their engineering or medicine or MBA or any professional courses.
So all of this still exists. And,
very much.
And so all of this work must keep you very, very busy. I mean, you must have to travel a lot for this, isn't it?
Yes. The idea in the whole idea in traveling is you need to connect with people. You need to connect with them. In fact, I just returned from a trip. I was in Trichy and Golden Rock, and then of course I was in Coimbatore and Podano. Then I went to Erode. Then of course I'll be going to Ooty and to Kuno as well. And of course, the Chennai branches are there. The idea in this is to, as we use the word inspire, when I go to these places, I speak to them. I spend time addressing them, mainly to inspire them, so that they know this is the issues that need to address. Education, for example. I have been crying myself hoarse for the last 25 years. It has worked very well about education and telling them you need to go for this. And many have, thousands and thousands have understood that litany and they've followed it. And today, because of this, every child now is a college going child.
Right. So do people come up to you when you in your travels? Do they actually come up with their other issues, other problems they might encounter? Do you find you're a bit of a confessor here?
In fact, being a confessor would be fine, but the problem is I have to be a problem solver.
Give them a solution as well.
Yes, and by and large you find solutions, but there are sometimes there's nothing you can do.
Except listen, maybe.
Listen to them, but then they may not be too happy about it. But mostly we case. For example, I'll give you a very beautiful example.
Please.
Just a week before last, on Sunday, this young man, this man retired from the railways, and he lives in Madurai. And every morning he goes for his walk at 5:45 a.m. Doesn't carry his mobile phone, doesn't carry his watch. His wallet.
Yeah.
So by afternoon, this man was not found. Even by evening, they were looking at all the places, and they just couldn't find him. Then they contacted me. And the next thing I did was, I said, I'm sitting here in Chennai. And of course, ideally speaking, and they should be addressed the local issue.
Local, yes, of course.
Yeah. So, and I'm not the MLA. I'm only a former MLA now.
Yeah.
Right. It can only happen if the government changes. So, what happened was, then I immediately contacted the Commissioner of Police, who's a very fine man, and also as a student of law, a very good officer, very straightforward officer. I spoke to him, and then of course I spoke to the local MP in Madurai, Mr. Gopal Krishnan, and then he immediately contacted the Deputy Commissioner of Police. They formed a special team, and the man was traced in Tirupur. So there are things you have to do it. You have to stick your neck out. I can't say I'm sitting here in Chennai, what do I do? Whichever the place, and I don't know anybody. No, you find people. There are good people. There are so many good officers, excellent police officers and IAS and IPS officers who will help. So it's a question of
it's a question of reaching out to them.
Reaching out to them.
Isn't that's what it's all about?
That's all.
Yes, Oscar, time for us for another short break. We'll be right back here with you on Going Beyond.